think it's easy to claim that 2012 was the year of the indie game. We saw some amazing releases, games like Dust and Elysian Tale, Spelunky, Mark of the Ninja, and Fez. We even saw Journey win many of the Game of the Year awards, beating out AAA titles from multi-million-dollar publishers. And so it's no big surprise that we saw another awesome game released, FTL, Faster Than Light. FTL was lauded by many and highly regarded, but ultimately it belongs to a niche genre that many players just don't understand. FTL is a roguelike game, trading off the swords and sorcery fantasy of most roguelikes for a spaceship and intergalactic travel. But what is a roguelike? The roguelike genre is generally marked by several features: highly challenging combat, dangerous exploration, simplistic graphics and sound, and, perhaps the most well-known, permadeath. That's right, when you die in a roguelike, it's permanent game over. No saving. You have to understand that you cannot approach a roguelike RPG in the way you would approach a game like Dark Souls or Skyrim. In those games, you get very attached to your character. In roguelikes, you are meant to create new characters over and over, learning from each death and getting better at navigating the extremely challenging game world. And so it is that FTL adopts the roguelike system and modifies it into a sort of space combat simulator. Instead of a solo adventuring character, you control a spaceship and its crew. Instead of crawling through a dungeon, you are making FTL jumps through space. Instead of encountering dragons and finding new magical swords, you come up against enemy spaceships and locate new technology for your craft. The goal of the game is to get to your Federation allies with some important information before the pursuing rebel force catches up to you. On the way, you'll be jumping between space nodes, encountering both friendly and hostile spaceships, intergalactic merchants, stores, distress signals, and even slave ships. You are often forced to make one of two decisions, whether to ignore a ship in distress or assist it, whether to attack a slave ship or send them one of your crew to avoid combat, or whether to attack a rebel ship or jump out before it sees you. Each decision you make can be critical, as one bad move will often be the end of your space travels. This is one of the complaints reviewers had. It's that even on easy, the game can often be too difficult, and this is true. FTL Faster Than Light is hardcore hard, but then again, that is the very nature of the roguelike genre. In FTL, you conduct combat by selecting and arming weapons, then waiting for them to charge. You can manually select targets for destruction, attempt to disable enemy shields or other systems, or simply try to charge your FTL drive to get the heck out of Dodge. Sometimes it's very clear that you are intended to run from combat. You can come up against enemy warships early on, which will prove impossible for your weak vessel. Your vessel can even be boarded, or you can board their ship. When systems are damaged, you can direct your crew to the damaged portions in order to repair them. If your oxygen system goes offline, it's critical to repair it before the level hits 0%, in which case your crew dies pretty quickly. If weapons go offline, you have to repair them in order to fire again. Your sensors can even go down, making it impossible to see what's going on inside your own ship without having crew members present in the rooms. You can direct power from your reactor to different systems as you have needs, such as sending more power to the shields and engine when attempting to escape from combat. While all of this may sound overly complicated, the in-game tutorial does a great job of bringing you up to speed quickly and efficiently without being too wordy. I recommend going through the tutorial before your first time playing through. The graphics are good enough, obviously nothing that will tax your system, but in a way this is sort of good because you can play FTL on just about any game system, even your netbook. The control scheme works great, but console gamers should not expect this to come out for their system anytime soon. I can't imagine this working with a controller in any way. I highly recommend FTL Faster Than Light for fans of roguelikes or fans of space combat games. Just keep in mind that this is not a typical game. It's part of that unique niche genre of games that includes permanent death and extreme difficulty. You are not meant to progress from beginning to end on your first attempt. Do not be surprised if you find yourself restarting 10 or more times in an hour when you first start out. But worry not, because you'll quickly learn from your mistakes and figure out how to best handle situations as they arise. My only complaint with the game is random chance has a little too much effect on your games. Approach FTL Faster Than Light for what it is, a roguelike in which you are meant to die repeatedly starting over and over again. If you do that, I think you'll find this a very satisfying and fun experience. I'll see you next time.